Hey everyone, Lex Gray here. Welcome back to another video. This will be a simple one-shot using Cairn. I have a character already created. I'll introduce him in a second. As far as the style, we'll be using Magic the Gathering cards. That's it. Fairly simple. I don't know the title just yet. That will be based on the quest. Let's get started. So the character, picture on the bottom left of the screen, his name is Gwynwit. He is a merchant background, human male, roughly 42 years old. His physical is stout, skin elongated, frizzy hair, sunken face, speech is gravely, foreign clothing, his virtue is serene, vice is bitter, reputation is wise, misfortune addicted. His scores are 12 for strength, 7 for dexterity, 13 for willpower. Currently 15 starting gold pieces, armor of 2, HP rolled up of 3. But because it is a solo character, not just figuratively, but literally, I will bump his health up to the maximum D6. Now his inventory, you start with the usual rations 3, a torch, and then his rolled up items includes chainmail plus 2, staff of D6, tinderbox, grease, bottle, and the bonus item was actually a spellbook, Fog Cloud. Now, I've talked about this before. I'm a huge fan of the magic system for Cairn. It's simple. It's one literal spellbook. You cast it, it's gone. I love that about the game. You can do a house roll, or if you roll perfectly, like a 1, because this is a descending game, roll under 20 system, you can keep the spellbook for another round. But overall, it has 100 spells in the game, and I really enjoy how it works. Back to the video. All right, so again, credit where credit is due. The Magic the Gathering idea is based on channel Gray Army Gaming. I've talked about him in my last couple videos, and he was actually nice enough to comment. So it's a great idea. I highly recommend it. It works quite well. All right, let's put it to use here. And first, this is location card deck. These are creatures, which we'll be rolling for either creature or instant, which is right behind his face here. I'll be rolling D6. The top deck here of creatures is a 1 through 3, and the bottom deck is a 4 through 6. However, I thought of a hack regarding Grey Army in gaming's idea. If I think a creature or an instant is likely, I will include an extra D6 for the yes or no, meaning a blue for yes, red for no, or vice versa. Blue for the creature deck, red for the instant deck. All right, let's first draw our location. This will always be based on a number of rounds. Our starting location oh my gosh, is going to be the Rakdos Guildgate. It is this monumental looking demonic structure. So I'm assuming our character is either entering this giant fortress that looks demonic, hellish conditions, or we are leaving this hellhole. So I'll put it right here just for my reference. But we're going to roll a d6 plus, let's say, actually a d4 plus 2 to see how long we spent traversing the landscape from this location to the next. I'm going to assume we're leaving because a lot of the location cards, which I'm still trying to build up in my collection, I don't have a lot compared to my creature cards here, which is a slightly bigger deck. We are going to most likely roll up leaving to another location. So I'm going to roll a d4 plus 2. Okay, so 3, that's 5. Now I will use a d6 that we will count down from, and I'll try to find one that's bright so you guys can see it. There we go. All right. So I'll use this golden d6 to symbolize, represent the amount of turns, basically. All right, so that'll be 5 here. If you guys can see, it's right there. Okay, now, Actually, that doesn't show up too well on camera. Let's put that up off the side, and I'll just use this D6, this white one. Here we go. 5. All right. So 5 turns of card flipping from the deck. Now let's roll to see what we encounter, or better yet, what is going to be Grinwit's quest here. He's a merchant. Now, this is not a playtest one-shot. I actually want to make this a small one-shot series. If it goes beyond one episode, so be it. I'm taking a break from my Escobar campaign. But either way, let's develop a very simple story for how Grimwit is going to start. All right, let's find out what is going on. So, what is going to be most likely an instant card, and it looks like it's some kind of battle scene called a Blade Brand. Target creature gains death touch until end of turn. Oh, you know what? Okay, so our character, Grinwit, is dying. Grinwit, that's very dramatic, isn't it? Is dying. Okay, so I'll put this in a discard pile, which is right here off to the side. And let's say, why is he dying? Let's roll, see what we get. 2. Okay, so a creature most likely is the reason for why he's dying. And Isantian Javelineers. Human soldier. Looks like... Well, this I'm going to pass on. I can't really think of a reason for that. So let's use an instant. Why is he dying? Oh, there you go. Darth Withering. All right, so destroys target non-black creature. Madness. He found something in this demonic hellhole. Oh, let's do location. So the first location will be, let's call it the Guild Gate. We are leaving the Guild Gate, technically. But Dark Withering, this card shows death. This is going to be, I'm assuming, Dark Fantasy themed one-shot, judging by all these pictures and these imagery, which is perfect. Dark Withering. So our character is dying because, why? He touched something. And this thing he touched, so he touched something deadly. And that is why he is dying. But what is he trying to do now about it? Chainer's Edict. It looks like he needs to find someone to capture. So the solution is find a cure. There we go. Now, find a cure. Let's say he does know where a cure is located, and it is going to be somewhere down the road. He was told where to go. Was told where to go. And it will be on it'll be on location 1. So location 1, that's where the cure is. That makes sense. Remember, for each round, we draw 3 cards. So this might not go beyond maybe 1 episode, we'll see. So, but judging by this character here is fighting this. The cure is that, it's figuratively, he's trying to find a cure. Okay, now let's begin. We leave the gate, the Guild Gate, and he's on his way to seek for a cure. To look for a cure, he spoke to someone who provided him some information, maybe paid some hefty gold, and the individual said, go to, quote-unquote, insert location here, which will be the first location, location 1, as we're counting down. So let's roll die to see which deck we draw from for his first potential encounter. 2. That's going to be a creature. So, he encounters a Terravore. This creature looks pretty menacing. There's no way it's going to be well, it could be peaceful. Let's draw. Let's roll to see if it's going to be it's going to attack us or avoid us, judging by a D100 roll. So basically, I think it's likely going to attack. So I'm going to roll 3d6, the red being no, blue meaning yes, estimating that this thing will attack likely. That's okay. It is a yes. So it is between the 5 and the 3 here, which means a difference of 2. So we don't have to go off the picture exactly as it's this massive creature on land, but we can say it has a health of 2. So let's do our first encounter for today. We'll do encounter, and it's called the Terravore. It has an HP of let's say 2, so it's pretty weak. And normally in the game, if the characters go beyond below 0, HP is not actually health. It starts to take away from the strength. But I'm not going to do that for this matter. Its armor, naturally, will be, let's say, also a 2. Or let's do a 1. And its attack die will be a D4. This is right out of the gate, literally. I don't want to have our character die within the first 10 minutes. 11, 12 minutes. So, we'll keep this card here. We'll just put it right here. Trying to find a good spot for it. Okay, there we go. And so, in this game, attacks all hit. Everything lands, but we roll a dex save to see if we can go first. Our dex is 7. We're not exactly the fastest character. 13. The creature goes first. And, however, our character is smart. On the smarter side, he has a will of 13, which mostly represents mental effort. So, to avoid getting killed in the first moment, which can happen, he's going to think of a way out of this using his brains. So, considering roleplay, his virtue is serene, vice is bitter, reputation is wise, so we're going to use the wise. He's addicted to finding the cure. He does not want to deal with this creature the minute he left the gate. So, we're going to do a save where he tries something risky. He's going to throw a ration to try and lure the creature away, to trick the creature away with food, like a dog. So, we're going to roll a save here, and I will see if I can roll for advantage because of it relates to one of our qualities. This is a house roll. Wise, we're going to roll an advantage, choosing the lowest roll. Oh, 7s. Interesting. So, I don't have any house rules for 7s, but maybe we find something with this 7s. So, not only does it work, the creature does not come back. So we trick the creature leaves as we throw food. So that means we don't have to fight it. Now, we could have used our spellbook for fog, but I'm going to save that for a rainy day. Okay, so we're done with this creature. We're not going too much into it. We didn't have to kill it. Now we roll the next type of card. This will be the second out of 3. 6, that's going to be an instant. An omen. Sorcery. Duress. So this lady here with these needles kind of floating around her face. Something is... Okay, so... the pain from his sickness is gripping him physically. So he is going to be... he feels a moment of pain as he drops to his knees and tries to... It's like a severe migraine, kind of putting pressure on his head, judging by this picture. So he feels pain. All right, I'll just note that. I don't think it's really going to do anything to our character just yet. It could lower willpower, but for now, I don't know. I'll keep that one in mind. It feels pain, so the sickness is already starting to take a toll on him. You know what? With that in mind, let's actually lower it temporarily to 12. His willpower. There we go. So I will have that actually be a penalty. Temporary. Doesn't reduce his permanent willpower score. It lowers it temporarily. All right, the last one for this, for our starting location. 6, another instant. The Obanize, I think. Looks like it's a animal being transformed. Something is transforming. Okay, this could mean our next location. So we're going from a hellhole, demonic-looking location to somewhere completely different, serene. I'll keep this one in mind. So I'm going to keep this right here. So we are finished with our 5th location, our first location. You know what? That's actually very confusing. 5. I'm going to do this. So 5 is our goal. I'm going to change that to 2. So now we're on our second location. My apologies. Not sure why I did it in the first place. But our second location is this. That makes sense. That is the sudden change that transforms the area. So we're going from a hellish landscape to this river. Okay, so our character is in a river. All right, so new location. This is location 2. That was location 1. And I'll put river. Let's draw our first card for the river and see what we have to pick here. 5 is going to be an instant. Okay, we encounter some goblins. All right, so let's encounter goblins here. They're on a boat, I'm assuming, because of the river. And they're going by. Now, do they attack? I don't think so. If they're going by in a boat, most likely they are going somewhere in mind. Yes or no? Red's no. It's a maybe. So the 3's tie there. It's a maybe. They look at us. They stop paddling or whatever they're doing, and they look at us. Well, again, Grinwit is a fairly smart individual. Not the brightest in the world, but he is definitely smarter than the average bear. So I'm going to roll for advantage. He's going to ignore, but that might fail, and they may attack. So he sees them, and perhaps goblins in this area, it's not wise to stare at them, so he does not maintain eye contact. He avoids looking at them. So let's roll for it. And this is basically 12 or less, which is penalty right now. 1, we rolled a perfect. Okay, so the 1 is accepted, and that'll be the first moment that we don't have to deal with. So goblins continue on. We avoid. And now, put that back in the deck here. Let's roll the next one. 1. That's going to be another creature. As we continue down the river, we encounter a resistance squad. All right, interesting. So, let's see. When resistance squad enters the battlefield, if you control another human, draw a card. Let's look at the quote here. It's not that I didn't expect some defiance, but I did hope it wouldn't be so heavily armored. Okay. Maybe the goblins are going, or they are in chasing someone down the river in a boat. Okay, let's say that. So goblins versus a group of human fighters. So goblins versus human fighters. And looking at it's on on the river, of course, or maybe the humans on the side of the river are attacking these goblins. So I'll say that the humans are on the side attacking the goblins. All right, I got my little notes here. That's just off camera, but basically, looking at our traits, we are bitter. Our virtue is serene. We're more mesmerized by nature, and we don't give a damn about anybody else. We're a merchant. Our history, our background is merchant. Current profession, possibly a merchant. But we're bitter, so we're not going to focus on these humans. They're going to fight. Now, the question is, do we get dragged in this fight? I don't know. I'm going to roll 50-50. That's a negative. We do not. 4 is no. We do not. So we are luckily able to avoid that. Okay, so avoid. All right, the third card, so goodbye to that, is going to be 5. That's another instant. Sorcery. The final card for this location, Drill Bit. Which I'm pretty sure was a movie with Owen Wilson, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, looks like this mummified individual, looks psychotically laughing, is being carried by some demonic people holding him, and he's about to be uh, penetrated. He's about to be poked with a giant uh, needle, looks like, but it's called Spectacle. Target player reveals their hands. You choose a long-line card from it. That player discards that card. It says never boring. So as he walks by the fight from a distance, maybe it's on the other side of the river, he witnesses a gory bloodfest between the goblins and these random human bandits fighting each other. Probably it's a land proxy, a little proxy battle going on. But he witnesses the goblins and humans just slashing each other with weapons, and it's gruesome to watch. He keeps his eyes, he looks away as he sees blood flying everywhere, goblin heads spinning up into the air, and shouts and screaming of pain. So this is basically what's happening here. So he's witnessing the torment. Okay, so that is done with. I'm going to say the battle uh, bloody between the goblins and from before. There we go. We avoid. I put avoid just as a note when nothing really happens to our character. All right, next location will be location 3. And it will be this next card, an island. Okay, well, interesting. Um, that doesn't exactly work with my continuity here, so I'm going to pass on that. And we'll draw the next one here. We reach Sundown Pass. So, sun sets, it's nighttime, and our location technically is the mountains, a mountain pass, which works. That works with me. All right, our first instant, our first card, I should say, is going to be the following. 1. It looks like it's a creature. I thought it was a kaiju for a second, but it is a Kavu Primarch. It's a giant. I can't tell. It kind of looks like a kaiju. Just trying to get a little closer glance at it. It is a giant creature. Okay, so is a Kaivu encounter, and we have to roll to see if it's going to attack us or not, whatever this thing is. It looks like it will. Okay, so it gets a little territorial. It's a mountainous creature, and it will attack. All right, so judging by its stats here, looks like it's 3. It has 3 HP. I'll do 3 HP here. Armor, probably judging by its skin, probably has 2. So this is probably going to be a difficult one. Its damage will be a d6. Again, might be a little tough. So we have to roll for it. We have to do a save on dexterity, 7 or less. Oh, a perfect 1. So we roll 1, we go first. We're able to strike with, let's say, double damage. So we can't find a way out of this. It does indeed attack. All right, we're going to roll our weapon die, which is a staff, d6, not too impressive, but I get to roll 2 d6s for double damage based on that one roll. Here we go. That's 4 damage, thus killing it instantly. All right. That works with me. Pretty quick battle. The creature has been killed. Staff poked, probably an old injury of it, and it falls off the cliff. Job done. Probably too quick, too easy. I'm sure some of you guys might want me to have full stats for these guys, but I want to keep this going. So let's finish off that creature. And dead. DED dead. All right, our next card, that's just a background card here, will be the following 3, another creature. Let's see. A Merit Lage. This is a sea-based creature. It's absolutely massive, but we're not going to go by that Cthulhu-looking creature. Basically, we're near a lake or even a glacier, and there's a water creature. It is going to be the Merit Lage. Does it attack us? I don't know, so I'm going to roll. It does. Okay, we have another encounter. I'm okay with that. So the stats for this one will be HP. Oh, 20. Wow, we're definitely not going to do that. Let's do 5. Armor, let's say it's mostly just its own hide, so we'll do 1. Damage, probably a d6. Okay, so this one tries to attack us as a little close to this glacier. Because, again, our character is a serene virtue. He's very mesmerized by nature. He gets a little blinded by it, by its beauty. And he sees this glacier that's glowing of white, or glowing of very, like a nice solid blue, like from from Waterboy, like a glacier water from Alaska, I think. And it turns out these giant tentacles come out and try to grab. So we're going to do a roll to see if we're able to avoid getting grabbed by those tentacles. Dexterity 7. Oh, we just got it. 7. Okay, so we avoid getting grabbed, which means we go first. All right. Well, does he want to attack? Or does he know that stands no chance against this thing? Well, we can try to flee with a dexterity save. Let's try that. Maybe he wants to flee. I'll just do a regular d20 roll. So 7 or less. Perfect 1. We are able to flee perfectly. Okay, so flee. We know it cannot attack this thing head on to the forehead. So, um, yeah, this creature says it's flying, but I see water, so I'm kind of adjusting it to be a water-based creature. So are we able to flee? The creature screams as if it did catch us in the first, we would have had to fight it, but I gave the option to flee. So there goes that encounter. Good. Okay, the last encounter for this location will be the last roll. 5. That's going to be an instant. And Dark Withering again. All right, so he's feeling more pain, which means we're down to 11 for willpower. It's just exhausting. Okay, I'm going to put this back in the deck here. Now we're at 3. So I'm going to flip this over here. And location 3 will be this. I definitely need to get more location cards, or lane cards. Island. It still wants me to do an island. I'm going to say it's the plains. We are out of the mountains, and we reach the plains. Okay? Next will be our first roll for this this in the plains here. 3. 3 is a creature. An unholy officiant. There is a... Oh, it's a vampire. Oh, interesting. Okay. It is nighttime, so vampire does make sense. It's a vampire. The card is a glowing, is a brighter color, so it might not attack us. We encounter a vampire for some reason in the plains. Does it attack us? I do not think it will. So I roll 3d6. And it does actually shoot. All right. Well, it does attack us. Okay. It's trying to suck our blood, and it will attack. So let's give it some specs here. I'll give it HP of 3, armor of just 1, damage of d4. There we go. And we're going to do a save to see who goes first. 7 is our... All right, it attacks us first. All right. It goes in for the bite, and is going to try a d4. Let's see what happens. 2 damage. Our armor is 2. We're able to stop it from hurting us. Now we attack with our d6 staff. 6. Wow. Okay, so we happen to have a steak with garlic scented on it, and our staff, we stab it right through the chest, thus killing it. But, oh, that's 5 damage because of the arm, but still killing it. So, should I make our enemies a little tougher now? Yes. So I'm going to bump up his HP a little bit more. So I'm going to bump him up to, let's say, 6 this time. And with that 6 rolled, we are going to an armor of 1. It is now down to 5. So now it attacks back with its d4. 4. That makes we get hurt down to 2. Or by 2. So we're down to 4 now. Okay, we're going to clap back. And 4 hurts it, thus killing it. It explodes like from the movie Blade. Catches on fire. So thus we defeated DED Dead, the vampire. All right, our next moment will be the following roll here. 4 is going to be a instant card. We have a obsessive search. There is, oh, this looks like a sage of sorts. All right, so it's just a passing sage. Does he interact with us? I don't know, so I'm going to roll two yes or no. Perhaps. Okay, so he stops, we stop. And he's a fellow, he's obviously very wise. He's holding some books, and perhaps he wants to bestow knowledge upon us. Maybe he is a Alakite of sorts, but let's see if we can converse with him. We'll do a D12, a D20, and attempt to converse with him. We have a willpower is currently down to 11. 9. Okay, so we do speak to him, and what he talks about is going to be another instant card. Oh, interesting. So, Seaton's Desire. Basically, he knows we're looking for something. We're seeking guidance and help. So, he provides us with this help. So he points us in the right direction. He says the area we seek is to the north. So he provides guidance. Don't really go into full detail of that, but that's how I'm deciphering. That's how I'm interpreting this picture here. This man creature is holding a glowing a ball, and it almost looks like a crystal ball. It almost looks like what's inside is metaphorically what Grimlet seeks, and that is his cure. So the sage is aware now and says that what you seek is to the north. So perhaps we knew that already, but maybe he says, he warns us of something. He says, beware something. So let's add a little warning here. He says, beware this. And it'll be a creature. Oh, okay. So he says, beware the mace tail. All right. Mace tail. And we're going to keep this on the side. I'm going to custom house roll this where this creature here will be a potential issue that we have to roll for if we encounter it at the final moment. Okay, so that is done with. That will put that card away. And that sage, we wish that sage goodbye. The third moment, will it be this card here that we encountered that sage warned us about? I'm going to roll 50-50. I don't know yet. Actually, I don't think it's likely. It might be in the next round. It's not. Okay, so it's not going to be that card right there off to the side. Now we're going to roll a standard reveal 2. That's going to be... Oh, okay. Yagmoth. It's a physician. This is a human cleric. Okay, so let's just say we encounter a human cleric. It's a dark card, so it could mean some mystery here. And let's see how he reacts. Is he going to be... Blue is positive, red is negative. 2. He's hesitant. He's not going to attack us, but he's hesitant. So I'll say hesitant. Not friendly per se, but he stops, and we're still in the plane, so it's expected we're going to cross paths with human characters, not goblins per se all the time. So what is this business doing here? Let's draw an instant card to figure that out for clarity. Slime bind. He's stuck. Okay, so perhaps he's stuck in some kind of Nickelodeon goo, and he's asking for help. He was hesitant at first, but he's asking for help. Okay, so he's stuck in a some kind of gooey trap, and he's asking for help. So we will help him. I mean, don't see why not. We do have a bitter vice. Maybe this can be of help for that character. So let's say this character is stuck in that slime after trying out for Nickelodeon, and We're going to roll a save to see if we can do so. Let's use the green die for this one because it's slime. I'm going to put down slime. Interesting. Okay, it probably just a trap of sorts. We're rolling wise, I think, for this one. 11 or less. 10. We are able to free him. Okay, so we'll get rid of that. And how does he respond? He's probably going to be very thankful. Let's roll it. Blue is positive, red is negative. Yes, he's very thankful. He gives us perhaps 20 gold pieces. Or let's do a 20 d20 plus 10. He gives us 15 gold pieces. That's 25 gold pieces from earlier. That's going to be, let's see, 35, 40 gold pieces total we have now. Okay, so he thanks us and he leaves. Excellent. That's done for that. Now we're on to the fourth location where River Forest hiding. And this will be our second to last. All right. We need to figure out if we're going to encounter the danger that that gentleman, the sage, reminded us or warned us from earlier. I'm going to say 50-50. I just don't know yet. That's it. Oh, yes. Okay, but not now. In the next turn. So, location 3, I need to, oh, I'm sorry, location 4. The danger, the mace tail, will be here. So let's see the location card first. More fields. Okay, so farmland. All right, the danger will be on roll 2. All right, let me sharpen the pencil here as we've been doing quite a lot of writing. And so, so far so good. I'm really, really enjoying this method using the magic cards. So again, thank you to Gray Army Gaming for his videos and the inspiration using this method of play. Question is, can it be used for a long campaign? I will be trying it mainly for the instant cards. We have locations already, sometimes creatures, but I want to try it for the Escobar campaign. That will be for sure. That's for sure. So, all right. The first card we'll draw will be not related to the monster. 3. That's a creature, naturally. It's a giant wall of bones, wall of junk. Perhaps it is a giant pile of bones that is actually sentient. So, giant pile of bones. We have to figure out how to react. So, blue is positive, red is negative, tie. It's hesitant, depends on how we approach it. Well, our if this was a fate game, our fate aspect here would be serene. So we're mesmerized. If I'm again interpreting that correctly, I can obviously bend it to my will. But basically, he's mesmerized by this giant wall or giant pile of bones out in the farmland, and he walks up to it. Now, the pile of bones does get triggered, and it starts to animate itself into a giant creature-shaped being. So we're gonna roll a dex save to avoid. And, oh, that was interference. Gotta roll again. 10. Okay, so we're unfortunately in an encounter with a bone giant. Or basically a giant skeleton. Alright, that's unfortunate. HP will be 6. Armor, you know what? No armor is it's just a, if there's no armor, I will do 8 HP. No armor. Damage die, maybe just a D4 if it's just a skeleton, doesn't actually have any weapons on it. So it takes form into oh, actually a wolf, a giant wolf. That's even better. So a giant wolf, the Wolf of Wall Street, right there in front of us. So, oops, I dropped 2 cards. I did not look. I'm going to put that back. There we go, wolf. All right. Let's prepare for combat. It attacks first with its D4, which is hiding in here somewhere. 3. That blocks it with 1, and we're going to take 3. Oh, you know, I forgot. So, after Cairn, after a short rest, I forgot to heal. You can heal pretty quick in this game. So I'm going to bump my guy up back to 6. But we took 3 damage minus 2. We took 1, so we're back to 5. So, again, you can heal in Cairn pretty quick, but you need to be in a safe area. All right, now we attack it with our D6. And that's a 6. Wow. So minus that, it's down to 2. It attacks us. 4. That's 2 damage. So we're down to 3. We attack back. 5. We thus defeat the creature. All right. It falls apart into a bunch of bones, and thus We defeated the wolf. Now, we have to encounter this on our second go. This is the danger we got warned about. So, the danger is a mace tail. And guess what? It speaks. So, I was thinking that this wouldn't just be a regular creature encounter. This thing actually talks, and it will not let us pass until we can solve a riddle. So, its HP, just in case, is 12. Armor, judging by the picture, is pretty hard, so probably a 2. Damage is probably significant, so let's say a D8. It's not something we want to mess with. So, it's going to pitch us 3 questions to answer. The problem is we have 11 out of 13. So, questions 1, 2, and 3. We have to answer 2 out of 3. I've done this before in an earlier one-shots. It's a great go-to. It's like from Mighty Python, the Holy Grail. If we fail the third, if we fail, we don't get 2 out of 3, our character takes damage. So we're answering the first question. We are wise, so that'll be a roll for advantage each time. So the first question, whatever it is, why is the sky dark? Why is the sky dark? The sky dark. We answer it, and 7 or less, we answer successfully. So check the first one there. Next, if a train left Chicago at 5 p.m., what time would it get to Hawaii? The next question, we answered it 5 successfully. All right, the third question, we have to answer this 2 out of 3. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm sorry, I wrote myself into a corner. We have to answer all questions correctly, like Mighty Python. So, what is it, the average land speed of an African swallow? Do we answer it right? We do. The 1 gets us there. Okay, so we pass all 3 questions. Now, what happens? Will this creature just let us go? Let's see. Grotesque demise. It does let us pass, but we're followed for some time by this strange shadow. Actually, no. What happens to a creature? It lets us pass. There's a bridge, perhaps, over a small canal or a deep canyon, and the creature turns into this grotesque-looking, almost like a plant-like creature, if I'm judging that right. So the creature transforms and withers away, and we're able to pass. We walk by as the creature again turns to stone, perhaps. You know what? Actually, it turns to stone. When we approach it, it looked like a statue, but then it turned into it became animated, became alive. But we answered the 3 questions successfully. It turned back into a statue, and the bridge built itself, revealing it to cross over this canyon. So we are good to go. All right, great. That could have been far worse. So put the creature away here and the instant card away. We're now on to the third card, and this will be 1. That's going to be a creature. Oh, we already did bones, so I'm gonna put that away here. Let's do another creature card. All right, a doomed dissenter. Okay, there's someone in trouble. So it is a villager in trouble, and he's asking for help. Well, we're addicted to finding a cure. We don't exactly have time to help. I mean, we did help the human from earlier, but it was on our way. This guy is saying the following. It does say, okay, it says zombie in here. So this human says his village is under attack by zombies. And he's desperately shouting for help. He sees us. He runs up to us and says, please, will you help me? My family's been killed. Our village is being overrun with zombies. We're just a merchant. I don't see how we can help here. I'm trying to think how our character would react here. Well, virtue is serene. We have a bitter vice. We're wise. Okay, we provide him with guidance. Let's say that there was this MacGuffin that we had that we defeated the vampire from earlier, and we're thinking, based on past knowledge, of how to defeat, inhuman creatures. He just provides guidance. So let's roll for it. We're basically rolling to provide, say, decapitate the zombies, take out the heads, use a sharp item. Use a sharp knife. We're rolling for willpower. And oh, perfect. Okay, so we provide guidance. Provide guidance. Tip. How to kill zombies. And the villager just stands there in disbelief, expecting us to help him, but we says we can't. We just provide him the tip, say, Yeah, sorry, but I got a date. Just decapitate the zombies with a kitchen knife. You're good to go. Thumbs up, and he walks away. So I think that's within character. But I haven't really been role playing to our voice. It's Gravely speech. Not kind of overlooked that. But anyways, yeah, that most likely villager is going to die. So that's it for location. We're on the fifth last location. This is it. This is when we find. I'm going to do a whole new page for this. And this will be the title. I'm going to have to think of a title at the end of the video. Almost forgot about that. Location 5 will be, hopefully, it's perfect for the. There we go. So it is the Dead Forest. I was hoping for this card. The Dead Forest, our final location. And 5 out of 5. So let's roll to see what happens. 4. That's going to be a instant. All right, so a loud noise. Okay, a loud noise. Is it a positive or negative noise? Let's see. Does it impact us? Yes. A loud is a positive, negative. Positive is blue. 5. It is a positive noise. Okay, so there is a noise in the distance. Doesn't really exactly hurt us, but it sounds promising. So I'll keep this here. Next card. It's from in the distance. You know what? It sounds like bells, like a church bells. Let's do that. Church bells. Because this card, it just has instant spark spray. It's an attack of some type, but this thing is like some kind of device that shouts. Either it's some kind of actual force, but to me it looks like noise. That's how I'm deciphering. You know, it looks like two goblins that are fighting each other. We rolled that it's a good noise, so I'm going to say it's in the distance. That's how I'm interpreting it. You guys probably came up with something completely different, but it's that's how I'm seeing it. And I think that's why I like using this method for RPG, for solo play. So that's it for that. The second will be the following. 2, that's going to be a creature. And oh my gosh, we have this alien-like creature. It is the Steeple Creeper. There's no way this thing is going to be peaceful. I have a feeling this might be the final boss of this game. And this thing, you know what? The creature did that noise. He tricked us. They're thinking that we were close to some location, which we are. But this church bells, it tricked us. This creature is going to be our final boss. All right, so it's going to attack. There's no doubt about it. HP, I'm going to say 12. The armor will be, let's give it 1 just because of the difficulty. Damage, I'm going to say D6. Well, this is it. We are not exactly on the last roll for the location, but we're going to use our spell book. So, we spawn our fog cloud spellbook, SV, and it conjures a spell. And the entire area becomes covered in fog. This will give a disadvantage for the creature, and I have an idea how to house rule this. So let's roll for dexterity. We have the advantage here to see who goes first. 7 or less. Unfortunately, we still have that low dexterity, so it goes first. But it attacks us with a disadvantage, which means I'm going to roll 2 damage dice and choose the lowest roll. The entire encounter. So here we go. It attacks first, technically. 5 damage. We have armor 2, so we take 3. We are down to 0. So, when that happens, you have to go to the Cairn book, and in the rules, it says that, let's see here, if I can find it, growth, let's see here. I know, if an attack takes place exactly 0, we take a scar. So, page 14 is a scar. Not from Lion King, but a scar from here. And we roll for the scar table. This is going to be either a make or break deal for us. It's a D12, so the least used die in RPGs I have seen. Where's my D12s at? I know I have one here. So there it is. Okay, D12. Definitely not a red one. That's bad karma. So here we go. It's 5. Okay, 5 is diseased. You're inflicted with a gross, uncomfortable infection. When you get over it, roll 2d6. If the total is higher than your max HP, take the new result. Interesting. You're inflicted with a gross, uncomfortable infection. Okay. So, I'm going to put this in the notes here. We are diseased. And it says, you're inflicted with a gross, uncomfortable infection. When you get over it, we have to rest. Roll 2d6. All right. And you can take a higher health in that process. So I'll keep the book open for now. We are diseased. It's not exactly going to hamper our efforts here, but it's definitely worth noting. So we don't have a potion. We'll start to sacrifice our strength to attack. Now we attack it. So d6. 1. That's, oh my gosh, its armor blocks it. Okay. All right, it attacks us, but it has a disadvantage because of the fog. So rolling 2 damage. Oh my gosh, 4. That's 2. We're -2 now. So that's going to be 10 strength. All right. We have to rest a spell book here. So let's see. I actually have to reduce my rations also. I forgot about that. There we go. We're going to attack again with our staff. Being desperate. 1. Darn. This thing is not going down. Okay, so it attacks once more with disadvantage. 4. Holy crap. It really wants us to die. We are down to 6 strength. All right, so this is bad. It is looking bleak for our character. Grimwit is desperate. He's trying to think of a way out, trying to use his wise reputation. So let's look at what items we have. We have a staff, tinderbox, grease, bottle. We have a torch. Torch might come in handy. Remember, we are in a dead forest. You're trying to take a torch, light a branch on fire, and scare it away or something. Anything. Or let's try it out. So we have a torch, so I'll give it advantage for the item. We're going to do a will roll, 11 or less. He's trying to use a torch to maybe light a fire around the creature or throw it, cause a fire at the creature. So we're rolling 11 or less. And it worked. Okay, so we started a fire. Let's say the creature got burned, and I'm going to do d6 damage to it, bypassing armor. So 4. Now it's down to 8. So little house rule there, or hack. Okay, well, it's going to attack us with disadvantage now because it's on fire. I'm going to roll a 3d6 and choose the lowest roll as it attacks us. 3. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to actually reduce it down to 7. It takes 1 damage per round. And we're down to 3 strength. Okay. I think we're about to die here, so this might not be looking good for our character. All right, well, the fire, it did hurt it. Now, we're going to try to flee. Grimwit is going to attempt to flee, but he's diseased, so that might hamper his efforts. I'm going to do just a solid d20 roll to see if he can run away with the fog. Actually, the fog is still active. I said that still applies to the entire encounter, so that does cause an advantage. He's able to flee with the 7. Barely. Look at that. 1 roll with the advantage. He's barely able to flee. Okay. He knew he cannot escape that. Defeat that monster. He flees. Barely. Barely. And with that, he needs to find a safe place to hide and to heal. This will be the 3rd final moment of the game, of this round. So the creature's gone. He's looking around for him. Could be. I'm going to keep the card out just for now, but maybe it is a temporary moment of safety. So let's draw. Let's roll to see. I think it's going to be an instant, but I'm going to do something different this time. 3. The red die will be instant. Blue die will be creature. Here we go. Likely it's going to be an instant. Oh my gosh, it's a creature. Okay, so X. All right, well, here we go. The 3rd location will be a creature. Oh, traveling minister. Interesting. It's a human cleric. We run into a traveling cleric. Look at that kind of luck. And because the card is pretty bright, he looks very peaceful. It says, priests of the Sigurdian sect travel to the farthest reaches to spread hope and healing. Literally healing. And in the darkest times. This card could not come at a better moment. So, Ribbon notices this and he pleads to the cleric. He asks for healing, says what he just went through, and this will have to be a will roll. I think the cleric is willing to help. Well, let's roll in order to convince this guy. 11 or less. Yep. Okay, so the cleric does indeed help, and he's going to heal us 2d6. This will heal strength and, if more, HP. 9. So that picks us up exactly back to 12. So we'll healed back to 12, and that also heals us. We're no longer diseased, but our character is still ill from dying from the plot device of this whole adventure. But in the game rules, remember from earlier, it says when you get over it, roll 2d6. If the total is higher than your max HP, take the new result. So we roll 2d6, and our new HP would be 6, 7, 8. So does that heal us, though? That's the question. Still 0. I'm going to say halfway there. I'll allow him to be 4 out of 8 HP. Okay. Now, the minister, this traveling cleric, we thank him, and he continues on. But we got to do a check for the creature. Does the creature find us? I'm going to say, I don't know, 50-50. Let's roll. Blue is yes. It does barely find us at the last moment. Okay, but it's still burned. So the creature's back, and it is still hurt from earlier. Let's say it's down to 5. All right, let's do a dex save. We're back to the prior encounter. Oh, whoops. That's a two-sided card. I did not expect that. Interesting. I never had that before, so I'm going to put that away here. Can't exactly use that. So we're doing dex save. The fog is gone, so we don't have advantage. 15. Okay, the monster attacks us again. It's a standard D6. 3. We take 3 damage minus the armor 2, so we're down to 3 from 4. And now we attack with our staff. 4. Its armor is 1. That's down. That's a damage of 3. So 4, 3, 2. It's down to 2 out of 2 of health, HP. Okay, it attacks us. 1. Okay, that does not hurt us. We attack it. 2. It has armor of 1. It's down to 1. It attacks us hopefully the last moment. 1 does not hurt. This creature is dying. We attack it. 4. We defeat the creature. About time. So the creature was a steeple creeper. Is DED dead? All right, great. We barely made out. That human cleric was the savior of this adventure. But otherwise, let's put that card away. We arrive to the final location, which we are not actually rolling anything for, and that cannot come at a better moment. We reach the godless shrine. So this is the final location, the godless shrine, and that's where we heard those church bells, and it came from this shrine. So here's what happens with the story. Exposed to daylight, it's sunrise, and it peeks through the shrine to reveal the following. And there is an individual at the shrine who is working on something magical. And our character is going to speak to this individual, inquiring if he can help, if they can help heal our character's illness. Well, this will be a will roll. Let's see if the creature helps, or this individual helps, this godly looking being. That's a yes, even on both rolls. Oh no, actually, yeah, the 7 rolled. We got it. So this being helps us and cures our deadly disease, our deadly illness. Thus, we were able to succeed in this mission. Our health is healed, and that is the end of this adventure. So, our character, Grinwit, after 5 total locations, with 3 cards drawn per, encountering a multitude of creatures, some couple of goblins, plenty of humans, some dark creatures. We were able to complete the quest, going from a hellish landscape location for wherever that was to a very bright, hopeful, godly location, some kind of shrine, which the church bells, like I said, indicated. But those church bells, I'm a little iffy on. I said earlier the creature did that noise, so using some kind of technique, but perhaps it did come from the shrine. So the creature just got in the way, and it was the final boss, per se, quote unquote, that almost killed our character, but because we encountered that helpful, where is he? The cleric from earlier, we were able to heal our character in time. So that's it. I'm going to keep this card. Might use them in a future video, but I've been, lately I've been doing different systems, so we'll see how that happens, see how that works. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.